What's up, everyone? This is Benjamin Towles, and I'm one of the developers of 18 Holes Later. And here's a little bit of the workflow. So, one of my favorite programs, ASC Sprite. We go to ASC Sprite, we get a little sprite worked out, we get a little just art design, and then we fucking, kind of make it down to like a 3/4 view, just a basic. And then we're gonna get all the different angles for that. You use references, whatever else you need, but then you get like one of these. And then we actually did this with like crazy with Smack Studio, and we did a whole bunch. We could do a whole video showing all the evolution of that. But the point is that we've now switched to 3D. So we then use Blender, and then we now make a map of that. You know what I'm saying? You make the map, and then boom, this is roughly the character model for the girl now that went from this to this to eventually to this. All right, cool, right? And then you also got Photoshop's cool. You just Dude, AI is making everything so easy. Just generate some shit, then use Photoshop to make it bigger. You're just generating on generating on generating. The future of asset creation is just going to be like you go make a model or something like that, or LOM or whatever, where it's just you and your friends dressing up like cosplaying and then recording yourself doing different things and stuff like that. And then you'll generate frames instead of render them. So it's like at the moment it kind of feels like, oh, we're cheating and cheap, and it doesn't matter if the novelty of just creating the thing is no longer enough. It's what you're gonna say with what you create. That's what matters. I've said this before, but the Avatar the movie, fucking boring. Did not have a cultural impact. Avatar the movie, the only reason why it was big is because the novelty of the technology. But beyond the novelty, it's like there's nothing it's saying. It's derivative and unimaginative as actual story. So I don't diss on the AI tools. I'm just like, oh shit, this makes it easy for me. It makes it easy for anyone who's good at, Googling. Do you know how to write in a search query in a Google that makes it come up with what you want? That's great. Also, shout out to this tool. This is called Lighter. It's spelled all weird, Laigter. Don't ask me. I don't know. It's awful. Ligator. But this tool is literally a 2-click. It's 2-click normal mapping. Maybe you have your own way of doing this. Maybe there's an easier way. If you want to customize it, you can. But literally, you click this button, load in the picture, and then immediately it adds it. Then you click this button, export the picture, boom, boom, done. Then you can come into here if you want and normal map it. But we're still unsure of if normal mapping would even fit the style, the aesthetic that we're going for. Because ultimately, we love pixel art and we wanted to keep it pixel art. That's why the difference between doing this and then going like this and shade smoothing it, like, there's pros and cons. But I feel like if we're going to have to, because we originally had a 2D sprite character, if we're going to have a 3D character like this, then to make her fit in the background, with most of the backgrounds are looking like this, like it's like this style of like pixel art extruded, turned into 3D, add a little normal map or whatever. So like this is like the world. So here's like actually a great example because I think she's in this world. Ah. So this is the clubhouse, and then she is over here. So yeah, it looks. I feel like it looks a little better if she's shade smoothed, or not shade smoothed, rather. I'm not sure. What are you inside of? That thing and that thing and the grab all these and oh, I'm in edit mode. That's why. No, no. Okay, well, whatever. Regardless, I think it looks better like that because these squares almost mimic the pixels that you see in the art. If you look at a lot of the art, if you look at it from the right angle, it doesn't really quite look right. The best example is like this gem machine, this 3D printer. It's because normally when I extrude this stuff, I need to get like this over here. This is a flat, roughly flat. This isn't ideal, but roughly flat. And then I'm able to take it roughly flat and extrude along that. This guy over here is like a 3/4 view, so it wasn't quite. These are all the different pictures used in this. Gem machine is like, these are all pseudo 3D gems and whatnot. If you look at the edge here, you can see behind it of where it just kind of doesn't actually. fun stuff, fun style, and you got like just regular pixel art trees. Also, I noticed like at first it looked weird, and I was like, why? Why does it look weird? Well, it's because you have computers and shit, but you don't have outlets. You gotta have outlets. It's so simple. And then when I actually asked ChatGPT for famous people, famous history people's puns, frisbee puns, and it gave me Thomas Jefferson. So I mean, people be hating on ChatGPT. I be calling it Chad lately because I think it's if you're in game dev or programming or anything like that, like it's so much better than Google. It's so much better than searching a Reddit thread that's 9 months later or whatever the fuck. So much better. Then we got outside. If you like look into the outside, actually, if you press shift and then that squiggly, like the quote squiggly, I think it's like right below the escape key. If you press shift and that, oh my god, why isn't this default? Look at this. Look at this. Does WASD fly around? Oh wait, you mean I can go up and down? Yes, you can go up and down. Why isn't this default? In my opinion, it should be. Anyways, so then you come back here, but otherwise we just got to squiggle around and then squiggle around and use other hotkeys to center. And I'm new to Blender. Here's some normal mapping. If you see it on the top here, it's not quite strong, so you can't really tell. But yeah, so the idea was like, how detailed do we need to make the character? And then another question is, how detailed do you make the animations? Now, we are a small indie studio, but we actually have a big background in martial arts tricking. If you don't know what that is, you YouTube it. You'll immediately figure it out. It's like skateboarding without the skateboard. We'll call it that. It's not parkour. It's like flat parkour. So it's like about the skills, not about the obstacles. So it's about you. It's like, I don't know. It's like anime attacks in real life. But the point is that a couple years ago I bought a XSense mocap suit. And it's like it's pretty as fuck. It's pretty. They have a terrible business model. Absolutely terrible. They actually deserve a lot of public hate and they public pressure. Story old as time, cool little indie team makes this dope product, and then they get bought out by bigger people who make terrible business model. To the point where like this $13,000 mocap suit, which works great. I think it's the best mocap suit out there. The problem is that they want you to charge. They want to charge you $250 to export. So you can record on it for free, but if you want to export those clips and actually use them, you got to pay them $250, which already is crazy. But I know. But wait, there's more. They times it by two, and now it's $500 a month. So our workflow is basically all right. Maybe at the very end, when we have all the placeholders in and everything, if we want, we'll drop the $500 on 1 month. We'll record everything $500 on 1 month, HD reprocess and export it, and then work on it. What a terrible business model! It's such a bad business model that I believe third parties are offering HD reprocessing, and even like one of the bigger YouTubers for like does mocap and or VTube or whatever, because you can like go in VR chat, like you can full body, full finger, you could be in it. Like other people would be like floating around, and you would be like, and you could do backflips and stuff. That's what's the AI can't get backflips very well, can't generate it, so you kind of have to teach it. I was on a pathway to try to teach AI how to do backflips and make a model for it and stuff like that, but there's other things to focus on. But the point is that we have the suit and we could do high end, like top of the line. We could do the craziest flippity bippities, ninja shit that anime comic writers haven't even thought of. Like they take it from this. It was weird. It was like a flip. Like Trickers got inspired by anime and cartoons and video games, like Street Fighter and shit like that. They got inspired by that, and then they went so far beyond that that now video games get inspired by tricking, and art and cartoons get inspired by tricking. Like The Legend of Korra is just filled with tricks. Most movies now they don't even like what parkour is, but you don't really know what tricking is, and it's sad because it's in arguably just as many movies as parkour is. Anytime you have a fight scene and somebody does something impractical, that was probably a trick. Or in Marvel, whenever they dodge, they'll do a cork. In all of these movies, like I know these people. I know that cork. I wouldn't say I know everyone who can do a cork, but like if you're doing a cork in a movie, I can look in the cast. I've been in the cut with you before, most likely. That's how small the flipping community is. But the reason why I digress, the reason why I brought that up is because the art style, if you see like the resolution of like the difference of pixel to pixel, of how it's not like super fine, it's not like photorealistic, is almost how I feel the animation needs to be, so if you look at old Lego Island animations, they were really fluid and smooth and it looked trippy. And then you look at the new Lego movie and they're all snappy and it looks a lot better. So I'm thinking, while it is unfortunate that we have this incredibly expensive tool to do some of the top line cutting edge mocap stuff, it honestly might fit the style better if they're hand animated. That's a debate. I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about everything about everything to do everything. So I'm in it to win it. But I'm mostly in charge of assets, design, stuff like that. And I got two homies who are way smarter than me with the left hemisphere stuff, and they're just So I try to explain some of these to them, and honestly, they have such a far out way of looking at things. It's so awesome. Like they just don't think about the like my first thought for a mechanic is like, what's the lore behind it? And they're like, how would I code it? I don't think I would be able to make anything by myself. I definitely need to feed off of other people who are different than me. All right, but that's the point of that. Is that what do you think? The snappy hand animated or fluid? And we did get a few months, of that for free. I think because we were like student when we bought the whatever the fuck the XN's mocap suit, and so we have a reservoir of some of the nastiest tricks. We got triple corks, we got dub dubs, we got dub dub dubs, we got double triples, we got snapus, we got jackknives, hurricane kicks, box cutters, cork D leg twists. Like we have every beat twist hurricane. We got all this dope stuff. Super. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yes, check. This was the account at one point. It's called Great Yonder. Yeah, this one. We just did mocap, creative visual art stuff. I also did the whole AI thing. I was on that shit. What do we got here though? This is what you get the gist. It's like this. I don't think this had sound. This is actually a representation of my backyard. This is what it looks like to a T. Well, yeah, we got the corks and the cork, double cork. Yeah, we didn't have it. It wasn't perfect, whatever. But you get the gist. You get the gist of what we were going with here with the mocap stuff. But we might not even use that in this. That's okay. That's the vibe, I guess. Keep your scope low. Even though you feel like you're in this one area, you could really knock it out of the park. I guess we gotta keep the scope. I don't know. Don't take advice from me. I'm just fucking learning. But that's what I hear is keep the scope low. But yeah, YouTube wouldn't allow me to live stream just yet, so I have to wait a couple more hours. So I figured I'd put this little video together, show you some of the workflow, and then you can get to meet us. Cause yeah, my only thinking is you just gotta make a good game. That's my thinking. Is I'll be really honest with myself if the game isn't good, but I'm thinking it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun, and that alone will do the marketing. And if people like the game, they're like, that game's cool. Who made that game? And they want to come talk to us. This is a way you can see us. But this isn't like necessarily a marketing attempt, if anything. This is like recruiting consultation. Like, does anybody who has used Blender or fucking Godot or any of these workflows, do they know better hotkeys? If you watch me fucking sweat clicking this, can you give me the payphone hack? All right, let's also look at some other thing. You got your Steam. We got the GitHub and Git Bash for merging everything. But honestly, I come from doing the Fortnite Unreal Engine Fortnite editor for Fortnite custom modes and special needs kick or special needs Fortnite. Yeah, special needs Fortnite. I think that's my thing. It's retarded, I know. But the in that workflow ecosystem, multiple people can work on the same project fluidly and like touch like cause you'd grab an object and then I just wouldn't be able to grab it. It would just tell me like he's using that right now. And I could see him physically be there and use it type stuff or whatever, even within like the Unreal editor, not just in the game engine. But in Godot and Git Bash or GitHub, the GitHub workflow is like I'm sure it makes sense and it works and everything, but it's just very unintuitive to me because I'm so used to that where it's like, what's a merge conflict? What do you mean? How it lets you break it? Oh no. But then my friends told me that if we made the game in Unreal Engine, we wouldn't be able to like say nigga or something. And that's retarded. That's stupid. Like, what do you mean? Like we made it in Unity, we can't say things like stone throwing devils, you know? Some magic card references. I don't know. I'm not trying to say nigga. I don't really want to work in an ecosystem that's even coming out that way, you know? It just feels limiting. Especially, have you guys seen Concord? You look at the Concord character design, the worst I've ever seen. I want to study it. It's so bad, but it has such high production value. Is that what money laundering is? Is that how you tell? I don't know. It's crazy. All right, let's look at some other things. I was trying to stream on Rumble because I had to wait a bit for the old YouTube whatnot to stream. And I had already had a base on Rumble where I did the news, and I was like, hey, you guys want to see how you make a 3D object? I don't think they wanted to see that. I think they were more interested in the cell phones exploding and the pagers. Oy vey. But yeah, this is just a nice little. I'm trying to just stick, focus on cool stuff. When I learned that you could just extrude a 2D image and kind of make a gun, and then you could like, well, what if I wanted to make it curvy, you know, curvy gun? Ah, and you just got yourself a nice little ergonomic, bro. It's an ergonomic tool. Go ahead and slide that ergonomic button. Anyways, all right, sorry. We also have. No, that was everything. Cool. That's it. That's it for now for what we're doing and dealing with. I hope you enjoyed learning about what the 18 holes later. We know it sucks about 18 holes later. It's a great name, right? Obviously, if the game is you play 18 holes of frisbee golf and getting to the end is that's how you win, right? The 18 holes later you've won. 18, what is it? 8 days later, 28 days later. That's the play on words. Shout out Steven, our programmer, for coming up with. As soon as he said that name, I was like, we have to make the game. That's a perfect name. But the problem with the name is like in some contexts that I've encountered, that name gets content banned because it sounds like 18-year-old 18 holes, 18-year-old holes. It sucks. But that's on them. If they don't want to play a fun game because it might be a porn category somewhere, that's on them. All right, cool. I'm gonna get back to this stuff, and then let me know in the comments if you even if you care about learning about it. Okay, yeah. Be sure to smash the patriarchy and punch that like and subscribe. I was trying to think of something you would smash that wouldn't be the like button. The only other thing I could think of was the patriarchy. I don't know. I kind of want to bring it back. Repeal the 19th Amendment. Wow. I mean, Godot's workflow is really cool. The way it blends in with Blender, and that there's almost one button for multiplayer incorporation. I wonder who owns Unity. All right. Anyways, everyone have a good day. Peace. Call your moms. Yeah, call your moms. Be a good person. I'll call your dad.